Hello, my friends. Hello. How are you, my friends? This is the Outstanding Life Show. My name is Jason. Thank you for stopping by. You actually proved that it's working. But if you're here, don't forget to put the like button, click the subscribe. Oh, wait, I did another thing. Hold on, let's try it. Here we go. Check out the website. We have outstanding.life. This is just a blog, so if you don't want to watch the videos and you want to read, that's definitely okay. We have that set up there. Is there gratitude in 2021? Is there such a thing as being grateful? Can you be grateful despite the silliness of 2021? Being grateful doesn't take a lot of work. Being grateful, I saw this one thing. It was Dr. Wayne Dyer, or maybe it was Deepak Chopra. He gave an example. Expressing your gratitude, there's more than one person that experiences that gratitude. The triangle effect, when you share that gratefulness, observing the gratitude in it, and it generates more gratitude, it like perpetually expands. It's kind of like compounding interest. It gives more opportunity for it to grow, and it spreads like wildfire, like in a good way. Has its benefits, has its perks. Take time, practice gratitude. I don't want to say cultivate. If we give that opportunity for gratitude to grow, we're giving it that space to occupy. If I myself am being grateful, give that gratitude away. But if I start my day, if I'm not living a gratitude first life, I'm stifling it before it even has a chance to begin. I'm trying to think of these negative words that would take the place of gratitude. If I'm occupying that same space with gratitude, I'm able to cultivate more, I'm able to share more, I'm able to give more gratitude. Can you be grateful in 2021? The answer is yes, you can be grateful. Is it easy to be grateful in 2021? Everyone is different. Everyone's got their own opportunities. Yes. Okay, hold on. I'm just checking what Megan says. I was going to listen to a gratitude type meditation on my way home. This is way better. That is awesome, Megan. The gratitude type meditation. Megan, which meditation app do you use? I'm more familiar with the calm.com. There's also another great one, Headspace. They both have free versions of their app, but they also have paid versions too. I really enjoyed this Facebook group, and it's calm.com. It's nothing but positive support. I think it's awesome. There's surrounding myself with the people. There's starting my day with gratitude. But then there's also the practice of gratitude, finding the time to be grateful. Maybe you're taking a bus and you're finding time to be grateful. Setting a good example for others. There are some great habits that can come from being grateful. Are there challenges? For sure. But there's also an opportunity for being calm, for getting yourself in the right headspace. These sound silly, but they're definitely small, tiny micro adjustments. They're micro commitments. A gratitude life first is a micro commitment to yourself, to others. It's an interesting approach. It's not an easy one at first. When I first signed up to calm.com, I was feeling a little anxious. I was feeling a little nervous. I was feeling a little wound up. I didn't have a way of winding down. I do have friends, I do have family, but there's also like a release separate than that. There's almost another level beyond just getting out and walking. Like while you're out doing your power walks, you want to fill your time with something while you're there. You don't just want to sit there on the bus. Can you be grateful in 2021? And the answer is yes, through micro commitments. And a way you can help achieve that micro commitment is through taking time every day to be grateful, to celebrate that gratitude, to share that gratitude with someone else. And it helps calm ourselves. It helps calm my mind. It gives me something else to focus on other than only the external world. That's just a recipe to go 0 to 60. Can I be grateful even when things are challenging? And I would argue that yes. Yes, you can be grateful. Would say there's a way to practice gratitude even when things are challenged. In my day-to-day 9 to 5, I take time to practice gratitude. I'll take a minute and I'll breathe. And if I'm in a spicy moment and I can catch myself before I wreck myself, I've started to map out some of my emotions and map out some of my patterns and identify certain parts of me. If I'm feeling anxious, if I'm feeling wound up, if you can really hear it in my voice where if I'm feeling scrunched up and I'm not really sure what's going on, I can help identify that emotion, take a few steps back and start to appreciate what part of me is feeling that. And we've talked before about mapping our emotions. But one of the benefits, things that we can celebrate, identifying when things are challenging, what part of us is feeling challenged. Am I feeling, is my ego being poked? Is my temper? Is my anger? Is my frustration? Or is it part of something else? Maybe it's the loneliness. Maybe if I'm being poked and it's sparking an emotion in me and I'm feeling very challenged, can I feel grateful? I can feel grateful because it's helping me identify that sore spot. If there's a raw emotion that I'm feeling and it's connected to loneliness, or if it's connected to resentment, maybe this positivity, this focus that I can walk away with, this gratitude first life, if I'm taking a minute to appreciate, soaking in that loneliness, soaking in that resentfulness, giving it that 3 seconds to live with me, to breathe with me, but then I don't let it make decisions for me. So when things are challenging, yes, I can recognize that these are challenging moments or this is a challenging interaction, but it doesn't make it a challenging day. It doesn't make it a challenging hour. It might mean a challenging 10 minutes, but it doesn't need to be a challenging 10 years. Yes, there's a response that I'm giving, but there's also like a choice I'm giving too, where I'm giving it more life force, or I'm focusing more on it beyond the initial interaction. So there's a label I'm going to give, and there's an opportunity where I can paint it with a new label. And so, yes, things can be challenging, but I also have the opportunity of shaping that into the direction of progress, where I can give it a new meaning, a new label, and I can add to it rather than the context that I've given things up to this point. Because if I only experience things as I remember them, if I've had a salty interaction, that's not really healthy. That's not really supportive. That's not really conducive to living an outstanding life. Take this into a positive spin. Yes, these are things that can happen, and yes, challenges are going to happen, but it doesn't mean that I have to wallow in that challenging moment. It doesn't mean I have to let that challenging moment make decisions for me. I have the opportunity where I can make it into something more. Maybe I can take this opportunity where if it's pointed out loneliness as an example, or if it's pointed out this sore spot, that it shines a light that I myself have worked to work on, where there's a shining light on, yes, there's something if I'm shining a light and it's only ever been on this area over here for like a long time, and then I take that light and I shine it barely over to the corner here, and there's something else that comes to light here. This gives me an opportunity to shine the light over here where it's not been nothing but shadows up to this point. And if I need to go into those shadows and do some work, yes, that can be challenging, but it's also shining light on there's opportunity for me to grow. There's something for me to learn. There's something more for me to do. And yes, there's anger, resentment, negativity. These are things that are out there, but these are things that don't need to live in my life for a long period of time. I wanted to thank you for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. We've got a couple more questions here. So here's another question. How can I get started with gratitude? So what are some things I can do? Megan's got an idea, and it's using the Headspace app or using the Calm.com app. These are at a high level a way to focus on building good, healthy habits. We can start inducing Calm.com and Headspace into a regular spiel. One thing I'll do is I'll make a list of the 3 things I'm grateful for right now. At first, this list I'm making is just something super simple. Like, I'm thankful that I have, it's warm out. I'm thankful it's not snowing right now. Or I'm thankful I have food in my stomach. Or I'm thankful for my cat who's sleeping in the corner. These are things that I'm thankful for. But as I start habitually making that list and going back to it and focusing on it, I'm no longer giving surface level, high level topic ideas to be thankful for. After a while, I'm going to start digging into I'll move beyond those surface level things, and I'll start digging into way more specific things. Like, I'm thankful I have the opportunity to grow. And I'm thankful I have the chance to see past these challenging moments and look at them as they truly are, find out the things I don't like, and to focus more on the things I do. Yes, I can feel an emotion when I can start mapping what part of me is feeling the emotion. If I apply that same concept now to gratitude, what part of me is feeling grateful? And as I start to reveal who I am, and I start looking at the patterns of things that are bringing me joy through celebration, through gratefulness, through gratitude, through thankfulness, I can start to appreciate the kind of person that I truly am underneath, creating it and cultivating more of it as it happens. So I'm not just randomly, aimlessly bumping into gratitude, but I have a way of co-creating gratefulness as I move through my day-to-day interactions, through my choices, through my engagements, through my friendships and my celebrations. When I start documenting it through making those habits, through surrounding myself with a community of like-minded individuals, like taking the time to do it, like not just downloading the app, but actually committing for that 10 minutes, I'm just going to write. Or for that one bus ride home, kind of like Megan, I'm going to go and just do this because as soon as I get on the bus, this is something I'm going to do. Start building those habits, start getting into that circle of writing it down. Even if it doesn't make sense now, it can make sense later. Is there any side effects of gratitude? When I express gratitude to another person, when I share that genuinely, the people observing that also see that reflects inside them as well. So they observe that and they bring that into their life. So even though I'm sharing that gratitude to a person directly, someone else observing that also gets to experience the same gratitude. It then moves the needle just a tiny bit. And maybe it doesn't move them 10%, but maybe it moves them 2 or 3%. And then when you compile that on, maybe that moves them into a 20% range. If I'm living a gratitude life first, not giving room for negativity to grow, I'm not giving room for anxiety. Anxiety still is going to be present. Resentment is still going to show up, but the difference is it's not going to have a hold on me. Like it's not going to grip, like I'm not putting blinders on. I'm still grounded in reality. I can still take a minute to appreciate, yes, these are things that are happening, but I also have an opportunity to put my own label on things and use that to move forward. We've talked before about limiting beliefs. Living a gratitude first life can shift my perception of how I'm showing up every day, if I'm not feeling anxious all the time. That can be a very cool thing to not have to stress about.